Hey folks, welcome back to Bear Campers. We've been working on a teardrop trailer ready for some wild adventures, and this one's getting close to the finish line. We've been working really hard on this teardrop trailer and it's finally starting to take shape. The fiberglass is done, the windows are installed, the whole shell is now watertight, and we're ready to crack on with the interior. If you've missed any of our previous videos from the frame all the way up to fiberglassing, I'll leave a link in the description so you can catch up a little bit later. Today we're hitting the final stretch where the inside space becomes a livable space. And what are we going to do? We're going to create a raised platform made of 12mm birch ply. We're also going to create a front cabinet where you can put in a fridge or battery backup, that kind of thing. We're then going to create a pull-out kitchen at the back, which you can access from inside too. So stick around, it's going to be an adventure. Okay, let's talk about the bed first. It's going to be a 100mm high raised platform. It's going to be glued and screwed to the base of the trailer, so that's going to give it a little bit more strength. It's all made out of 12mm birch ply, and when we finished, we're going to give the whole lot a coating of worked up oil from Osmo. And as you guessed it, I'll leave a link in the description. The bed's built in sections so you can get anything you need without having to stand outside in the rain to then find your wet weather gear. As I said, the frames are made from 12mm birch ply, and the frames are glued and screwed to the base of the trailer, just adding a little bit more strength. And the deck is also 12mm birch ply. So I'm going to mark out the places where I want that extra airflow to be, because I can't have it on the edge of the board. And what you don't want is to have a solid board with no airflow, because you will then get that kind of old caravan musty nasty smell. So a bit of airflow will just help keep all the cabinets fresh. Just to make sure you don't snag your bedding, just round over all the cuts you make and the edges of the board so it's all nice and soft. And don't forget, a coat of Osmo oil on everything seals it all nice and tight and gives it a really good finish. Some folks just want a cozy place to sleep and make a brew. Other people want refrigeration, they want power, they want solar panels. And as long as you design those kind of ideas in at the beginning, you can always change it later. And that's the idea here at Bear Campers. Design something that's adaptable for the future, because no two adventures are ever the same. Okay, so this customer went for the minimalist option. No fridge, no battery backup, just loads of space, adaptable space so they can put in climbing gear, ropes, that kind of thing, you know? However, we designed the space with adaptability in mind so that at a later date, if they come back to us and say, we'd like a fridge, we'd like a battery backup, there's space there. We can remove a panel. The front panel is 9mm. We can remove that panel, adapt it to whatever suits them, and we don't have to change the overall camper, and we don't have to make them buy another one because it's all there, it's adapted. Think about it at the beginning. Okay, let's go to the kitchen because this is my favorite bit. We're making a pull-out kitchen. Now you saw me install the door on the previous video, on the fiberglass video. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that one. This kitchen is mounted on 120 kilo rated runners, ball bearing runners, just so that you can slide it out and it's all nice and smooth. It's going to be made of 12mm birch, just like everything else on the camper van, with a 9mm birch platform at the back that's going to help disperse some of that weight throughout the pull-out kitchen. Now the best thing about this kitchen is not only can you pull it out, set up your camping stoves, get all your food, it's all ready there, you can prep it up, cooking under the stars. You can also shut the door, and on a rainy day you can make a brew from inside. Follow along and you'll see how that's going to happen. So that's where we've got to. We've built the bed, we've built the front locker, and we've built that awesome pull-out kitchen. So what's next? Well, we still need a door, and the outside is just plain white, and that will never do. So don't forget to hit the bell icon to find out what's coming next. Boring and white. So are we going to do with anything with that? Are we going to do with